You're watching Friday Night Frenzy, sponsored by New Balance, Avon, and South Windsor. When your feet feel good, your whole body feels good.
Welcome back to Friday Night Frenzy. I'm Joe Zone, and I'm live with the CIAC Executive Director, Glenn Lungarini. Glenn, here's another one. We got a lot of questions about. Kevin wrote in asking, what are the rules regarding spectators at events other than volleyball? And I'm assuming he knows that, and I presume that volleyball, because if it's an indoor sport, will not have any fans. But what are the rules? Who's in charge? Who makes the final decision on fans?
Yes, Joe. So the CIAC's recommendation as we were entering into the season was that we do not have fans at games. Again, our position as we were writing this and approved this fan policy was looking at what our most of our schools were doing in back to school planning and policies, where they were really limiting the number of people that were on campus for instructional time during the day. Again, school sports are an extension of the school curriculum, so we felt it was important that our recommendation align with that. That being said, it is at the discretion of each local school and district, so it's our recommendation to limit fans, but that decision is at the discretion of the school district. Given that phase 3 is set to begin in Connecticut October 8th, which would increase capacities for indoor settings, we are looking at how that may impact the capacity and seating for both indoor and outdoor venues for high school sports.
All right, I want to move on now and see if you can help me with some of the COVID protocols. We've already seen, varying schools, a kid not associated with sports may test positive, then the school has to maybe go learning from the home for a couple of days. That's okay if that affects practices, if kids can't practice. But what happens when we get into the season and teams start playing games and a school either has to shut down or a team member may get COVID? What are there specific protocols for those situations?
Yeah, Joe, the protocols will follow the same protocols as our schools are doing. So it largely connects with Addendum 5 of the State Department of Education. That addendum was issued in collaboration between the State Department of Education and State Department of Public Health. So a lot is also going to depend on how long the school shuts down for. So there is some flexibility and criteria that the local departments of health will determine. For example, if a school shuts down for 2 days, that may not have a very significant impact. Kids would be able to come back pretty easy without losing any type of conditioning to that. However, as schools are shut down for 7 to 10 days, our recommendation is there be about a 3-day return. So you want in that situation to try to encourage kids to maintain conditioning. When they come back, we would encourage 2 practice sessions where the coach is really gauging the fitness level of the kids to ensure that it's safe for them to return to competition, and then a 3rd day of full team practice, and then re-enter gameplay at that point.
Now, we know that there will be no really state champions this year for the sports that are playing. Will there be some kind of a playoff scenario? Do you guys have something in the works, or will that just be up to the individual leagues after they all go through these 12-game seasons that they're going to have?
Yeah, our focus right now is just to see Thursday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday kind of kick off here, get the teams on the field and competing. And as soon as we're doing that and moving forward next week successfully, and thereafter, we'll get our sport committees back together again and discuss what that last 2 weeks may look like to offer some sort of tournament experience. I think throughout this time as well, we're going to start seeing schools from what I see with their plans to maybe transition from hybrid learning to full in-person learning. So we may see schools get back to full campus learning a little bit more, which again may offer some more flexibility. So all those factors are why we wanted to kind of wait a little bit, see how things were playing out with both the instructional experience for the kids as well as getting the games off the ground. But we will look to have some sort of tournament experience for them. But as you said, it won't be a state championship type of experience per se.
And now with the little time I have left, I've really got to jump you ahead because people are already talking about the winter season, basketball, wrestling, hockey, gymnastics. And we know that wrestling is such a high-risk sport, but let's just talk about some of the talks you're having right now as we wrap this up.
Joe, we are starting to look at those sports already, not only the winter sports, but the spring sports as well. As I'm sure you're aware, and many of your listeners, State Department of Education State Department of Public Health offered new guidance today on sports for youth activities, club sports, as well as interscholastic sports today. So we received those today, just like everybody else when that was released. So we're looking at that to understand how that may impact our plans as well. But our plans are to move forward with a winter season.
All right, Glenn, thanks for coming on live and sort of wrapping up what's happened, what we're going to do going forward. You got a lot on your plate, a lot to go on. I appreciate you taking some time with us. Sleep well tonight. Enjoy the weekend if you can.
Always a pleasure, Joe. Thank you.
All right, that'll do it for the season debut edition of Friday Night Frenzy. Thanks for joining us. We're back next Friday night. Highlights from all of the sports that are being played. I'm Joe Zone. You know it. I'll see you out there.